Yo, what's good YouTube? In today's video, I got y'all the new top 5 metal loadouts you guys should be using. So if you enjoyed the video, let's break 200 likes. Make sure y'all subscribe with notifications turned on, and let's get into it. All right, so for the first gun up here today, I'm going to be showing y'all a build for the Ladra. This thing is absolutely insane. Really fast TTK, very low recoil, great mobility. Absolutely love using this thing. If you guys have been to any of my live streams, I like using the Ladra. I do go live here now almost every day on YouTube, so you guys definitely should be tuning in for those. But first thing in the magazine, I want you guys to go run extended mag 1 versus extended mag 2. You can run extended mag 2. That's perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. I just like being a bit more mobile, and I already have 55 rounds in the mag when I use extended mag 1. So it's like kind of why would I not want to do that? Underbarrel section, what I want you guys to do is to throw on the Ranger foregrip. This right here is an absolute heater attachment. And even if you're trying to make this thing have almost or virtually zero recoil, it's still going to be fine using the Ranger foregrip. Get help unlocking Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula camos in Black Ops 6 with Mitch Cactus. They're absolutely the biggest and most reliable in Call of Duty right now. Whether you want something across multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone, they're completely legitimate for all platforms. They're super trusted by the community, and you may have seen them all over YouTube, and that's for good reason. They'll unlock all your camos, augments, and more without needing to lift a finger. With over 17,000 reviews and thousands of personalized vouchers, they're the go-to for all things in Call of Duty. Use code CHUCK at checkout for 5% off. Now, barrel, I think the best or most advantageous thing to do is to throw on the long barrel. This right here does the absolute most work in terms of extending out your overall damage range. This gets you out to about 16.8 meters. I've had people say that, oh, you're not increasing the bullet velocity, or oh, the bullet velocity sucks, it's like 500, and it's like, dude, you're not really feeling it at this close range. Like, it's just not something you're going to notice because the range you're using it is largely hit scan with how close it is. So you're not going to be noticing that. So just go ahead and throw on the long barrel. It is just definitely worth it. Now we're going to go back to the rear grip section here, and you can run one of two things. The quick draw grip is actually going to be very, very nice. Use this plenty. And what I've been using even here more recently still is the ergonomic grip. I ran this when I was just using it on my stream, and I felt it to be actually quite nice. So I'd suggest for you guys to go ahead and do that. Lastly, in the stock section, I would say to go for the Infiltrator stock. The other great option would be the Balance stock. Both are going to be great, but I personally like the Infiltrator a bit more. So that's my full build there for the Ladra. Next up, I want to give you guys a build here for the FJX. I had an absolute blast using this thing when I was just playing live, and I'll tell you what, this is a really fun sniper to use, and everyone's going to have it leveled because it's an MW2 sniper. So, and it's actually one of the best ones. First thing, I should just preface, you don't have to run an optic. You can use the base sight that comes with this, and that's perfectly fine. I personally just want to use a different optic that's got a slight less of a zoom. I believe that's probably like what, an 8 or 9 times. And so I went down here and used the Corio 13X VRS, which is a 7 times magnification sight, which actually ends up feeling really nice. I'd say that you guys can definitely go for this, or maybe that SPX 6.6 times, but overall the Corio here feels fantastic. Now for the muzzle, what you guys want to do is just throw on a suppressor that's going to increase out your overall range. Basically being, if I just go in here, I'm just going to throw on the VT7 Spiritfire, because all the suppressors, if they increase your bullet velocity and damage range, basically do the same thing. Like obviously the Quartermaster does not do that, which totally do not ever run the Quartermaster on this gun. That'd be a complete waste of an attachment. Just go for the VT7 Spiritfire and you'll be good to go. Barrel section, I want y'all to run that Fahrenheit 29 barrel. This is the best one to run here on this gun. I don't really care about running these other ones down here. I'd say that the Fahrenheit 29 is indeed the move. Now we're going back in here to the stock section. I'm actually going to throw on the FGX Kilo Tag stock just to increase my overall movement capabilities. This does feel a little bit slower, and I want to be somewhat aggressive with it. It's not like I'm going to go use it as like a Car 98K, but overall, I am going to have a lot of fun using it. It's semi-decently aggressive, and I want to be able to not be slow and sluggish. This helps out. Lastly, ammunition tab. I would suggest for you guys to go for the high velocity rounds, as there's not really anything else in here that's going to be much more beneficial, and we're trying to increase that overall damage range, bullet velocity. I should say damage range, because this only increases bullet velocity, but gets you out to 1,358 meters a second, which is really, really good. And that right there allows you to have 100 meters of damage range with almost, almost 1,400 meters of bullet velocity, meaning that you're going to get those one-shot headshots out to over 100 meters, and your bullet's going to register very fast. So very nice thing to have, and this right here is an absolute heater setup. Next up is going to be a build here for the GPR. Just to kind of put this out there, you can still 100% run, you know, the kilo. The kilo is absolutely god tier. You can run, you know, the AMAX. You can run a variety of other guns like the XM4. But overall, this is just a build here for the GPR 91. It's not like I'm saying that those other guns are bad because I'm not showing them in the top 5. I just make one of these videos every 3-4 days a week, you know, 3 to 4 days, maybe up to a week. And so I like to include in different guns so there's variety, not just the same ones over and over again. But attachment 1 is going to be extended mag 2 because we're using this as a primary long range AR. This is going to be better built out for Resurgence, by the way, not as much a big map AR. So just put that out there. Underbarrel section, y'all want to run the vertical foregrip. It is a long range gun we're trying to build this to be, so I'd recommend for you guys to go for that vertical. Barrel section, if you're going to be playing Rebirth, which you know, that's if you're going to be using this, you probably should be. I'd recommend to use the reinforced barrel, though the gain twist is still perfectly fine. But with this setup here, I think that the reinforced might work just a little bit better. Muzzle section, I actually would suggest to try the mono suppressor out and see if it works for you. If not, I'd just say to go for the compensator, and that'll be fine. You're going to have, of course, less bullet velocity, but you're going to be hitting more shots. And overall, this is a great gun. It's one of actually, the GPR is one of my favorite ground loot ARs to pick up. So I'd say that you guys will have a blast using the compensator or the mono suppressor. Now for your optic, I wouldn't really say this is like one of those guns where you want to throw on a bigger optic. I'd say probably Kepler Microflex, maybe the Volzinski Reflex. You definitely can go down here and run maybe a 2-3 times. And if you just to be able to see like, hey, you know, I get extra recoil control. So that will help me while using a suppressor. So that is something you can definitely try. I personally don't really use the gun like that just because I find that I just want to use the Volzinski, and that ends up working out great for me. So that, or maybe let's say the Kepler Microflex, whatever you want to use something, even the Dobrich, doesn't matter. Use a red dot of your choice, and that'll be good. So slap that on there. Now you're good to go. Next up is going to be a build here for the SOG. This is a really fun SMG to use. I think it's a little bit slept on, but a lot of people should be using it. When I normally do see it, it's people using like the Beavis and Butthead version of it, which I personally don't care for those skins at all. I'm never going to be using them. So I'm going to be using the base SOG here, and we're going to be outfitting this here just properly. So first thing though, extended mag 2, 100%. You want to be running that. Feels good to have it, you know, 55 rounds in the mag, and this gun is a decently high fire rate SMG, so I do feel like you benefit from having 55 in the mag. Underbarrel section, we're gonna go throw on the Ranger foregrip here, just increase overall speed, sprinting movement speed, all that good jazz. Like, you know, it does make the difference, so I'd say for you guys to go for that. Barrel section, I want y'all to go for the long barrel, just to make sure we have that maximum increase to our range. 16.5 meters versus 14.6. Obviously, it's not a whole lot. Like, if you really wanted to, you could throw on the reinforced barrel. If you want to go for the long barrel, you can throw that on there. But I'd probably just stay away from the gain twist on this particular gun, as we like to have, you know, above 13 meters of damage range, right? That'd be actually pretty cool. So long barrel, reinforced barrel, try it out, see what works best for you, but I go for the long barrel. Muzzle section, the SOG has a bit of that weird recoil to it, so I'd say to go throw on the compensator. This right here is going to stabilize out your gun significantly, and it'll be really, really nice, really awesome to use, and feel very, very stable. Now, lastly, I wanted to skip the rear grip, go to the stock, and actually go down here and throw on the balance stock. I really enjoyed using this thing just because it overall increases me quite substantially, and it gets you very close, and then aim walking speed department as the infiltrator stock does, but it gives you other benefits as well. So I like that, and I think you guys should try this exact build out. And last but not least, I'm telling you guys this right now, when you use this build for the AMAX, you'll be unbelievably surprised at how hard it is actually hitting. It's ridiculous. So you guys need to try this thing out. First thing, magazine. You can use whatever mag you want, extended mag 1 or extended mag 2. I personally, the way I've been running it has been extended mag 1, and it's felt awesome. So it's kind of like giving me that, you know, OG AMAX vibe where it really only went to 45 and everyone still used it. And I'm like, well, you know, I still really enjoy using it here with the 45 on this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and slap that on there, and we will be good to go. Underbarrel, vertical foregrip here. This is pretty standard, pretty tried, pretty true. Don't need to explain this one. Barrel section, y'all want to run the gain twist barrel. This is going to increase out your overall damage range. This is a very hard hitting AR, like very, very hard hitting. So as long as you're hitting those upper chest shots, you know, you're hitting even some headshots, like you are seriously going to delete people, and it's not even going to be funny how fast you do it. So that's actually pretty good. You can technically run the reinforce if you really want to, but I like the extra bullet velocity, and this gun hits like a truck anyways, so it's like I might as well just stick with it. Muzzle, you want to go for the compensator. This is not one of those guns where I'd recommend the mono suppressor. That just feels bad when you run the mono suppressor on it. It's just not good. It is way, way, way too jumpy. It's even no matter how you try to build this thing out, like it's always going to jump. I've tried to configure it and it jumps too much. So we're running the regular compensator. And lastly, in the optics section, the way I've been running this thing is with the Willis 3 times to try and make that recoil feel like almost non-existent. You got to pull down a little bit, but when you use this, it is absurdly good. So that right there is the full build. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, check out this other video on screen, and I'll see you all next time.